Amidst the unfolding events, a man named Mattathias, a priest of noble lineage, stood at the forefront of the Israelite revolt. Mattathias was not alone in this pivotal moment. He had 5 sons: John, Simon, Judas, known as Maccabees, Eleazar, and Jonathan. Witnessing the rampant lawlessness permeating the land of Judah and Jerusalem, the family mourned for the beleaguered state of their holy city and the devastating toll taken on their people. In the shadow of despair, their hearts echoed with the pain of witnessing the desecration of all their holy city. One fateful day, the king's overseers, entrusted with the ominous duty of ensuring compliance with the royal decree, sought out Mattathias and his sons. With honeyed words they addressed Mattathias, acknowledging his esteemed position among the Jews and his prominence in the town. The overseers, acting as intermediary of the king's will, implored Mattathias to set an example. "Be the first to sacrifice to the idols of the king as commanded," they urged, promising him and his sons great honor from the king, adorned with the allure of gold, silver, and a bounty of gifts. The weight of a decision hung in the air as Mattathias grappled with the choice that could alter the course of his family's fate. In the face of death by the hands of the king's overseers, Mattathias uttered, "Even if the entire world forsakes their faith and bows to these idols, my family and I will steadfastly uphold the laws and covenant of our God," he declared with unwavering conviction. Amidst Mattathias' declaration, a fellow Jew, succumbed to the king's decree, approached the altar to provide a sacrifice. In a moment of fervent indignation for the sanctity of the law, Mattathias, overcome with righteous anger, confronted the transgressor and the king's overseers, swiftly slaying them. Fueled by an intense zeal for the holy covenant, Mattathias tore down the altar, rallying those who shared his fervor. With a resounding call, he declared, "Whoever is zealous for the law and keeps the covenant, follow me." Inflamed with purpose, Mattathias, along with his sons and their wives, embarked on a journey into the wilderness, seeking refuge. Their departure marked the beginning of a transformative chapter, where the unwavering commitment to their faith would guide their steps in the face of adversity. In the wilderness, the king's army relentlessly pursued the Jews, offering them a chance at life with a directive to come out and live. However, the steadfast Jews, unwavering in their commitment, defiantly refused the offer. In response, the Greeks readied themselves for a decisive battle against the Jews, choosing the sacred Sabbath day as the day of battle. Despite the impending peril, the devout Jews, rooted in piety, held firm to their principles, refusing to desecrate the Sabbath by engaging in combat. Tragically, the consequence of their unwavering faith was severe, as many innocents fell victim to the slaughter on that fateful day. In the aftermath of mourning for his people, Mattathias, with a heavy heart, addressed the surviving Jews in the wilderness. He spoke of the dire reality facing them, emphasizing that if they didn't stand up against the Greeks for their lives and the preservation of their holy commandments, the very existence of their people would be obliterated from the face of the earth. Faced with the gravity of the situation, a collective decision emerged among the remaining Jews. They resolved to fight back against any assailants who dared to attack them, even on the hallowed Sabbath day. Under the leadership of Mattathias, the Jews forged an alliance with a formidable group of Hasidians, renowned as mighty warriors of Israel, ready to sacrifice their lives for the holy law. United in purpose, they embarked on a mission, wielding their collective strength to strike down sinners, dismantle unholy altars, and undertake great endeavors to eradicate evil from the face of the earth in the name of God. As their righteous campaign unfolded, the remaining traitors among the Jews sought refuge with the Greeks. Mattathias knew his time in the living years was coming to an end, so he gathered his sons around him, imparting words of wisdom before departing this world. What he told his sons was to show zealous dedication to the law and be willing to sacrifice your lives for the covenant of our ancestors, he fervently urged. Drawing strength from the legacy of their forefathers who had placed their trust in God, Mattathias encouraged his sons not to be swayed by the words of sinners, reminding them that sinners are here today and will be gone tomorrow. Mattathias instructed his sons to listen to the counsel of their wise brother Simeon as well as their brother Judas Maccabee, who had been a mighty warrior since youth. He will lead the army to fight against the Greeks. Then he blessed them and fell into an eternal rest. Stepping into his father's shoes, Judas Maccabeus assumed command and swiftly, akin to a seasoned warrior, adorned himself in armor. He plunged into the battlefield with the ferocity of a roaring lion, launching relentless attacks against the Greeks. In his pursuit, he meticulously sought out wrongdoers and eradicated the ungodly forces that threatened Israel. His valor and determination earned him profound honor, recognized for steering Israel away from the brink of destruction at the hands of the Gentiles. As the war between the Greeks and Jews raged on, another formidable army of godless men sought to obliterate Judas Maccabeus and the remnants of the Jews in the king's name. Witnessing the imposing infantry, some of Judas's men expressed their apprehensions, questioning how such a small force could contend with such a large army the king had at his disposal. In his response, Judas imparted a powerful message stating, "It is easy for many to be hemmed in by a few. Victory in battle doesn't hinge on the number of their army, but strength emanates from the Most High God." With those resolute words, Judas Maccabeus charged into the fray, confronting and crushing the godless army that stood before them. The tale of the Maccabees, marked by their unwavering faith and triumphant victories, resonated and flourished among the Gentiles, solidifying their legendary status. Upon learning of his army's defeat, King Antiochus, consumed by rage, hastily summoned forces from every corner of his kingdom. In a bid to rally his troops, he offered a year's wages and urged his soldiers to ready themselves for the impending conflict. However, when the king sought to access his treasury, a harsh reality struck him. There was no money to pay off this large bill of war. The once prosperous coffers lay barren due to the pervasive lack of prosperity in the land of Jerusalem. The king's own decree, promoting sinful practices among the Jews and dismantling the sacred laws of the land of the Most High, had rendered the land unfruitful, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. As Judas observed the king's formidable forces and uncovered their sinister mission to seek and annihilate the remaining Israelites, he delved into the book of the law to gain insights about the gods of the Gentiles. Faced with the impending threat, Judas rallied his men, preparing them for the imminent battle at dawn. They chose the valiant path of fighting and risking their lives rather than witnessing the destruction of their people. Judas, undaunted, encouraged his men not to fear the vast numbers of the enemy but to turn to prayer, seeking the favor of their God in heaven. Then the Gentiles will recognize the power that saves Israel. As Judas and his army confronted the Greeks on the battlefield, engaging in fierce combat, the forces of the Greeks were decisively crushed. Witnessing the fate of their legion, the remaining soldiers of King Antiochus' army fled into the territory of the Philistines, fleeing the relentless pursuit of Judas and his valiant warriors. Judas and his men glorified God for delivering the enemy into their hands and dismantled the remaining stronghold that King Antiochus had established in Jerusalem. After the conclusion of the battle, Judas and his brothers engaged in a discussion and collectively decided to embark on the sacred task of cleansing the temple, which had been desecrated by the Greeks. Judas meticulously selected blameless priests to undertake the purification of the sanctuary. Together they dismantled the defiled structure and, with utmost reverence, rebuilt the altar. Adhering to the directives of the law, they offered sacrifices, accompanied by songs, harps, and flutes in a rededication ceremony that echoed through the hallowed halls. As they fell on their faces in humble worship, they sought to honor and rekindle the spiritual connection with the God in heaven. Judas and his brothers convened and reached a unanimous decision. Each year, during this season, the days dedicated to the altar's consecration would be observed with immense joy for 8 days. The Feast of Dedication is an annual celebration of Christians and Jews, serving as a perpetual reminder of how God had fought for and saved them from the clutches of the Greek Empire. The commitment to this observance became a cherished tradition, a testament to their gratitude and reverence for the heavenly intervention that secured the Jews' freedom. This marked merely the beginning of numerous wars led by Judas Maccabeus on behalf of the Jews. However, those tales will have to wait for another day. Remember, while many honor the works of the mighty conqueror, King Alexander and his Greek Empire, We Jews and Christians alike honor and remember the legacy of the Maccabees. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell to stay updated on future content. Your engagement and comments truly make this community grow. Share your thoughts below. What topics would you like us to delve into next? Remember, your curiosity fuels the content we create. Thank you for watching. Until we meet again, stay courageous like the Maccabees, take care family, and may God bless you.